Okay, we'll just now introduce our fifth presenter, who's Jared Morris Jenkins from Z Energy. Jared's the Retail Operations Analyst at Z. His key role is to maintain the retail financial model that ensures the right resources are in the right place to deliver Z's customer offer. He also assists the sales team with tactical reporting to support business decision making. Jared's passion outside of work is sport. He's an avid rugby league and cricket fan. Also a keen interest in the outdoors, especially fishing and diving. When the water's warm enough, you'll find Jared most weekends on the south or west coast of Wellington going spearfishing when there's not a tornado down there. Jared, welcome.
Thank you very much. Well, there's one thing I've learned already tonight, it's not to get involved in any rugby games with BAT. I wanted to start you guys off tonight with a quote from a man that I find very inspirational. Herb Kelleher is the co-founder and former CEO of Southwest Airlines, and he had a very unique philosophy on how to do business. Kelleher said that he didn't care about his customers and he didn't care about his shareholders, but he absolutely cared about his staff. Kelleher believed that if his staff were happy, then his customers would be happy, and if his customers were happy, then his shareholders would be too. And it's this philosophy that is at the heart of the airline that last year celebrated its 41st consecutive year of turning a profit, when no other direct competitor had managed it for more than 5 in a row. It's Kelleher's theory that has inspired my idea of NEST, the National Engagement Survey Tracker. Throughout my presentation today, I intend to show you that early adopters of NEST can gain more profitable sales and competitive advantage, firstly over their rival firms by increasing staff engagement and therefore growing their slice of the pie. Furthermore, once competitors do manage to catch up, NEST will provide opportunities for the entire convenience channel and therefore grow the size of the pie for everyone. But before I introduce you to what NEST actually delivers and how it works, it's important to define what staff engagement actually means. Aon Hewitt say that in order for someone to be truly engaged within the business they work for, they need to demonstrate 3 key behaviours: say, stay, and strive. NEST is founded on the assumptions that until all 3 of these behaviours are shown, an employee is not truly engaged, and linking back to Herb Kelleher's beliefs, there are missed opportunities to improve customer satisfaction and business profitability. So the million-dollar question, what is NEST? NEST is the National Engagement Survey Tracker, and in its simplest form, it's a tool that enables you to measure staff engagement. NEST requires all staff employees to answer 3 simple questions at the end of each one of their shifts. And the 3 questions are designed to measure whether that employee is showing the 3 behaviours that define engagement. In this example, for Z Energy frontline staff members, 3 questions that need to be answered at the end of each shift are: number 1, I would highly recommend Z to my friends as a great place to work. This is demonstrating the say behaviour. Number 2, I am happier working at Z than I would be working elsewhere. This is answering the stay behaviour. And 3, because we can all count, I am working my best because I care about the performance of Z, and this is demonstrating the strive behaviour. The 3 questions can be tailored depending on the target audience they're intended for. At Z, we're incredibly lucky to have a wide range of employees, each with their own unique cultural and educational background. For this reason, we've decided to use very simple to understand English and a really cool smiley face scale system to make sure that each one of our 2,500 staff members can complete the survey without fuss. The questions are answered via touchscreen technology and can be done on any typical point of sale system or on more mobile devices like laptops, tablets, and smartphones. And they're loaded onto a cloud-based software program that feeds data back in real time to a head office resource who can then slice and dice data from either a national, a territory, a regional, or a store level as required. Now I can see some blank faces out there in the audience at the moment, and I think I know what you're thinking. You're thinking staff engagement is nothing new, and it's nothing special. We already do it. And you're probably right. But what makes NEST unique is that it measures staff engagement every single day. It doesn't wait till the end of the quarter, and it doesn't wait till the end of the year. It measures it every single day. In my opinion, staff engagement is absolutely critical to the business success in the convenience channel, and being able to make business decisions on a daily basis to improve staff engagement is a real opportunity. And at this point, I must also point out that Nest is not a silver bullet. It won't tell you what to do, and it certainly won't tell you how to increase staff engagement. We have a little saying in our business that what gets measured gets done. And that's what Nest is. It's a measurement tool that allows you to measure staff engagement and make business decisions. And those decisions could be different for different organisations, depending on who is implementing Nest. But why should we even care about how engaged employees actually are? The answer to this question is that there is a strong positive correlation between increasing staff engagement and revenue growth. But whilst the graph behind me here clearly shows the correlation, it doesn't explain why this correlation exists. And the answer to this question is that there is an undeniable link between high levels of staff engagement and supreme levels of customer service. Now, there's no such thing as a free presentation, guys, so I'm going to need you to all think back to your best customer experience that you've ever received. Could have been a free upgrade in a flight or in a hotel, or it could have been as simple as someone who gave you a friendly smile or had a polite conversation with you when you were having a bad day. I want you to think back to that example and ask yourself this question. Can you honestly say that you would have had the same customer experience had the person who served you not shown the 3 behaviours of an engaged employee? If you couldn't think of a customer experience that you really enjoyed, don't worry about it. Here's an example I cooked up earlier for you.
Yeah, hi, it's pump 4, and could I take a Max Wash car wash as well, thanks?
Sorry, what was that?
Pump 4 and a Max Wash car wash, thanks.
Hey, thank you. See you later. Hi, sorry to keep you waiting. So the newspaper in pump 12? Thank you. And any flyways or vouchers? Awesome. All ready for your pin there? That's great. Have a good one. See you later.
The first employee in the first example was clearly not engaged, and this ultimately leads to a lackluster customer experience. I think we can all agree within this room that we would have much preferred the service from the nice lady in example 2. But why does customer service really matter? To most of us, this question is a little more obvious, given the age-old adage of the customer is always right. However, digging a little deeper, similarly to the last graph that I showed you, linking staff engagement with revenue growth, there is a clear positive correlation between customer service and business profitability. The graph here shows that organisations classified as customer service leaders by the Watermark Consulting Group achieved a cumulative share growth of 23% over the period 2007 to 2011. This is in stark contrast to organisations classified as customer service laggards, whose cumulative share price decreased by almost 50% over the same period. Another example that I stumbled across from a completely different industry when I was doing this research was the USAA. The United Services Automobile Association are essentially a financial institution, offering banking and insurance services to their customers. Now, based on what they do, you could have expected that they would have struggled during the peak of the financial crisis. However, against all odds, in 2008, they turned in one of their strongest financial performances ever, a result that many experts say was primarily due to superior customer service that allowed them to crush their competitors. So far today, I've told you that Nest enables an organisation to make decisions that improve staff engagement. I've shown you the link between increasing staff engagement and increasing customer satisfaction and revenue growth. But how does this lead to competitive advantage? The missing piece to the puzzle here is loyalty. Loyalty is what drives repeat purchases and arguably creates habits amongst consumers. The graph behind me here shows that there is an exponential increase in loyalty as your levels of customer satisfaction increase. If you're doing an okay job, sure, you may get some loyalty, But to really drive loyalty home, you need to be consistently delivering very high levels of customer satisfaction. In my opinion, any organisation that wholeheartedly commits to improving customer satisfaction is essentially trying to generate an organisational culture shift. If you ask anyone who knows anything about business, they'll tell you that changing organisational culture can only be described as a long, hard slog. It's difficult and it's time-consuming, but these very characteristics mean that it's challenging to imitate and thus helps in creating competitive advantage. But perhaps the best attribute of a loyal customer is that they are much less sensitive to price. At Z, we've done a little bit of research that shows amongst all our customers, 1 in 3 would choose a competitor over us to fill up their car if they were offered a 10 cents per litre discount. However, amongst Z loyalists, only 1 in 3 would change, even if they were offered a 30 cents per litre discount. Now, given the highly substitutable nature of petrol, and for that matter, products sold within the convenience channel, turning customers into loyalists is the best way to win repeat purchases and to earn better margins through less price sensitivity within your consumers. It is my strong belief that without highly engaged staff, you simply cannot and will not turn your customers into loyalists. But how much will all this cost? There are 2 cost components to Nest. The first is the relatively inexpensive licensing fees and installation of the software, and this can range between a couple of $100 to $1,000 per store, depending how many stores are in your channel. The second cost is for the head office resource who processes the data and makes business decisions that increase staff engagement. This could again range from businesses that you may be able to absorb it into existing roles, or could go up to about $150,000 per annum for a full-time employee and for a travel budget. But what are the benefits? Let's assume that I own a chain of 100 stores, turning over $125 million at a gross margin of around 20%. Now, erring on the side of conservatism, let's assume that Nest delivers me a 0.5 increase in margin and a 2% more transactions because my highly engaged staff are making my customers more satisfied and they come back to me more regularly and are less sensitive to price. Based on these attributes, this is going to put an extra $1.1 million in my bank account at the end of each year. Furthermore, the Coca-Cola Research Council says that it costs on average about $3,700 to turn over 1 employee. And NZACS say that the average turnover in the convenience industry is around 77%. If Nest delivers me the benefits that it should and increases that stay behaviour, it's plausible that my turnover rate could decrease from 77% down to 50%, and that change alone can put another $1 million in my bank account. To sum up, Nest generates regular, real-time updates on staff engagement, but it doesn't tell me what to do or how to do it. We have to do some stuff for ourselves. Nest enables that decision maker to improve staff engagement. Improving staff engagement increases customer satisfaction and increases loyalty. Improving customer satisfaction is an organisational culture shift for many places, and this is difficult to imitate and thus helps create competitive advantage. Finally, our customers will return more frequently and be less sensitive to price, which means we're all winners. Thank you very much for your time.